The night before, we had already caught a quick glimpse of this pride of lions. But since there were so many vehicles at the sighting, we decided not to push for a better view. Still, we knew they had taken down a giraffe, and that meant there was a good chance they'd still be around tomorrow in the morning. And sure enough, at first light on day 17 in Kruger, we went back to the carcass from the previous evening. And we were not disappointed. The pride was still there, even before sunrise. And we counted at least 5 lionesses and 4 playful cubs. There were already a few vehicles at the sighting. Some field guides who communicate with each other via radio about where to find wildlife. But they rarely stay long. Usually, they move on quickly to give their guests more variety. That worked in our favor. It meant fewer cars overall and more time for us to just sit, watch, and soak in the incredible moment. This time of day is by far the best to watch lions. They are nocturnal hunters, most active at night and during dawn. During the day, they can be surprisingly inactive, often resting for hours in the shade or tall grass. But in the early mornings, you often get a glimpse of real action. And here's a little fun fact about the cubs. Lion cubs are born with rosette-like spots, very similar to leopards. These markings help camouflage them in the bush, but fade as they grow older. And although we tend to associate lions with hunting, it's the females who do most of the work. Males usually defend the territory and the pride, while the lionesses cooperate to bring down prey, even something as large as a giraffe. But this doesn't mean that a male lion is not a good hunter. They just don't do it often, if they hold a pride. And of course, when there's a kill, there are always scavengers. Vultures who are circling, patiently waiting for their chance to move in. After nearly 2 hours with the lions, the sighting got crowded. Too many cars, and the day visitors had started to arrive. So we decided to move on.
Good morning everyone. After our very successful game drives yesterday, where we saw all the big five within one day, which is not like an everyday occurrence, even though most of the tour guides will tell you that they will see all the big five within one day, but it's not common to see all the big five in one day. So yesterday was very successful, and this morning we have returned to a sighting that we didn't catch yesterday, because we were at the sighting, but it was already a huge mob of cars and we were very close to gate closing hours, so we decided to go back to camp and come back early this morning, and it was very cool. We stayed with them for 2 hours, got amazing shots. Now it's getting a bit crowded because of the day visitor game viewing vehicles. They usually bring a bit of stress in the sighting, and the lions, they got very annoyed actually, because no one switches off their engine and it smells like diesel, it's loud. So we decided to leave, but the footage is amazing. Oh, and there's already another mob. Let's see what's there.
Not far from there, another highlight. A herd of elephants returning from their morning bath in the river. And then, just like the day before, some nyalas. These antelopes prefer denser, moisture vegetation along Kruger's main rivers, like the Sabie. They are a great example of sexual dimorphism. Males and females look very different. Males are darker, with long spiral horns and a striking mane, while females are smaller, chestnut-colored and without horns. Just minutes later, a flash of movement. A leopard's tail disappearing into the bush. Unfortunately, that was all we got. Sometimes, the evidence is just a single blurry picture of a tail. Nearby, a herd of impala suddenly dashed off. At first, we thought it could be a predator around. But sometimes it's just a false alarm. The bush is full of sounds and smells, and impalas react quickly to the slightest disturbance. Soon after, we saw a bushbuck. These shy antelopes are actually quite common in Kruger, but on game drives, they are harder to spot, since they prefer to stay hidden in the dense bush. The next predator of the morning was a spotted hyena. And this time, it had been successful. A fresh impala kill. Hyenas often get portrayed as scavengers, but in reality, they are excellent hunters. In fact, their hunting success rate is higher than that of lions. But this one wasn't keen on fighting with the vultures that had gathered. So it quickly carried its meal off into the bush.
So, after we've observed the lions for 2 hours this morning, which was an amazing sighting already, we got even more lucky and the day is getting better and better. Afterwards we saw the buffaloes, which was cool, because now we have already seen 4 of the big 5. Just the rhino is missing, because we've also seen a leopard. What's there? This one? It's a rock. Isn't it?
And guess what? More lions. They were quite far away, but it was still special to spot them. After such an exciting morning, it was time for a breakfast at a cooler picnic site. With clear restrooms, shaded picnic tables, and an amazing view of the river, it's one of my favorite spots. And of course, I couldn't resist a freshly baked pie. Buffalo pie is my personal favorite. Later, we visited a waterhole, which is always a good idea during the hottest part of the day. Every animal needs water, and in summer, this might be where you'll find them. in camp, we took a well-deserved rest before heading out for an evening game drive. This time, we drove straight into a summer thunderstorm. The temperature dropped.
Summer is finally here. The rainy season has started. This is the first real thunderstorm during the day, so not at night, and it's amazing. I'm hoping for some dramatic pictures with very nice dark background and animals in front. Let's see if we can find something or if all the animals are hiding, but for now the atmosphere is very, very nice.
And almost immediately, animals started to appear, including a white rhino, which meant that in just one day we had completed the Big Five, even if the leopard sighting was only a glimpse. To end the day, we returned to the lions from the morning. By now they had retired into the thick bush, trying to escape the rain. But it was still the perfect way to close another incredible day in Kruger. And the best part? This journey isn't over yet. There's still so much more to discover. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. See you on the next adventure.